Hello. Welcome once again to Red Clay This Week. I'm your host, Selma Gipson. It is wonderful to be with you today with another show and a great guest. And we're going to have some wonderful information to share with you today. And I also wanted you to remember that Eunice Booker is our parent coordinator at the Warner School, and she puts most of our shows together. So remember that you can always call Eunice Booker for anything that we do on our television show, and she will be glad to get back with you. But today is a wonderful day. I have a wonderful friend on today, which I just met today, and his name is B.K. Hart from Imani Brothers Company, CEO. And I am so delighted to have you today.
I'm honored to be here.
Well, we've just had a good time before we started the show, as they say in the green room. They should have videoed all that. That would have been really fun.
Indeed.
But I'm just so happy about what you do. Tell us about yourself and exactly what all this beautiful setting we're going to talk about here.
Okay. As you said, my name is B.K. Hart. I am the CEO and co-founder of Imani Brothers Multimedia. As I say, your first choice in information technology. I do website design, video production, network system setup, software deployment, CD-ROMs, all of that. Everything that has to do with the computer, I can do it. As our slogan says, we can do that too.
All right.
Anybody ask that question, we can do it.
Oh, that
anything.
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 Isn't that awesome? I love it. Now, how long have you been in business?
Approximately 5 years.
Okay.
In the beginning, I had a partner. His name is John King. And we, in the beginning, we just did website design. That was all we did. But eventually, we started getting into more things. And John, he decided he wanted to do some other things. So it kind of left me with, with doing all, the whole company thing.
Okay.
But I kept the name Imani Brothers because, it sounded good for one thing.
Sure it does.
And the name Imani means faith. And it was all about a faith move, stepping out on faith to do it. And now I'm enjoying a lot of pretty good business.
Isn't that wonderful?
It's incredible.
Well, we're so glad to have you part of Title I now.
Thank you. I was privileged to. It was my privilege to do that.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved that.
Well, as we were sharing about the new project you've got for Title I, and Eunice Booker was here, and we were all sharing about it. It's just so wonderful. I can't wait till we get to it. But let me ask you this: what prompted you to venture into the multimedia business?
My need and greed for all things technical.
Oh, really?
When I was growing up, I used to take apart things, radios, the old 8-track tape players. I used to take those apart and just to see how they worked.
Right.
And put them back together and make sure they worked again. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't, but as eventually it just stayed with me. And now this is what I do. It's just what I do.
Well, inquisitive mind really wanted to know about everything,
didn't you?
That's
right. I know
but which is wonderful, because that's what we want all our children in school and everybody. We want them to have that inquisitive mind.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
Very
indeed.
good. And look how it's all came out in the end. Now you have your own company.
Yes, indeed.
That's exciting. And I hope that, even talking about this with you today, our young generation, they're just full of technology. The computer is just, just out there everywhere, everything. And, where I'm like lagging behind it, but the children. So I hope that this is going to enhance what you've done, will enhance some of the children's thought processes.
What I like to think is, give them something to be excited about. Make them excited about doing this.
Absolutely.
It can easily bore them.
Yeah.
But make it more fun to do this than to be in the street.
Yes,
Make it more fun to do this than to be, because don't get me wrong, I like video games and all that. But make it easy, make it more fun to do this than sitting there playing some of those little games they play. And I'm not even up on those games these days, but make it more fun to do that.
I think it's really nice for them to realize that this technology can become your own personal business.
Yes.
And that's what we're saying. We're not saying that the other things aren't fun, but that you're going to grow up, and this would be a great avenue, to venture out and to know that all that technology can be your own company. And that's really what we're saying. So what is multimedia business?
Multimedia, the word multimedia, you break it down. Multi means many or more than one, of course.
Yes, absolutely.
Media is a term used to describe a means of disseminating information.
Mm-hmm.
So in the business, this is a business of exploiting all of the many venues of disseminating information. That's all it is.
Okay.
It's just a matter of making sure that everybody knows that there's more than one way to hear
Absolutely.
a certain piece of info.
Okay.
You know.
Well, that was a good
Well, yeah.
word.
You know, you got print media and
Yes.
TV media and
Yes.
just, you know, so many different ones.
Yeah.
That's why we say multimedia.
Absolutely. Well, that was a good lesson
yeah.
for our students that
That
are going to
works.
be watching.
Works, yes.
Some of our adults too.
Some of the adults.
Okay.
Definitely.
Now, what are some of the works that you have done so far in your business? What are some of the great things you could share with us?
The very first project, the very first website. Well, we did a couple of website projects. The first time for a local, very well-known local mortician, a very good friend of mine, and a photographer of PBK Photography. I've done one for a guitar maker in Newark or Newcastle, who unfortunately has since passed on. But his website, he was one of the first, you know, the first people to give me an opportunity to do it. Video projects, we did a video for Spirit of Life Lutheran Church. I just finished one for Bethel AME. Their pastor, they had a 20th anniversary.
Oh,
it was incredible. It was, I mean, as the kids say, it was crazy.
Really?
And it was about 42 minutes long, and it included all of their ministries.
Okay.
And had a little, it had a production feel to it, and they liked it, and they
Very
wanted a lot of
good.
DVDs.
Right.
It worked out very well.
Wonderful. So the word is getting out there
The
that
word
you're,
is getting
you're here
out.
and you're
Yes.
alive and
I'm
you're
about to,
ready
I'm
to do
about
it.
to stay here.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Okay,
Indeed.
I love it. Okay, now is this type of business difficult to master? Do you think?
The thing about this kind of a business, I don't like to say aptitude because I don't believe there's a such thing as aptitude, but the willingness to learn it, it determines whether it's difficult. It's only difficult if you really don't want to do it. Anything that you want, you can get.
Yeah.
Anything that you want to learn, you can learn. You know, and people say, "Well, I can't find a job." Wrong. You know, there are jobs everywhere. You just have to want to find it.
That's a whole nother show.
That's a whole nother show, but it's
but
the same
I know what
concept.
you're saying. Yeah,
You know,
it's true. It's
the
true.
truth.
I know.
If you want to learn
Yeah.
it, you can learn it.
Absolutely.
And this business is no different. I mean, here I'm approaching 50, so and now I've been involved with computers about 15 years.
Right.
You know.
Okay.
I learned how to program in the basic language.
Okay.
And that was in the beginning. I go to this thrift store and buy me one of the little $5 computers, blow them up, you know, and go buy another one and learn. You know, but that's the way that I learned.
Yeah.
And I learned it, and now there's not very much that I can't do.
This is amazing.
You know, with these things.
Well, I'm so glad you're a part of Title I now. Now, have you just completed, you've just completed Title I website, which we love. What is the new address?
Well, there's a graphic in there that I've got that actually shows the Title I website.
The studio's going to take it up
if they would bring it up.
Okay.
It's
Very good.
It's the Red Clay Consolidated School District Title I website, Parent Center. Title I Parent Center.
Okay.
And it's got a pretty long what they call URL, but it's www.
There it goes.
.rccSD.Title1ParentCenter.org.
Okay.
And that's, now see that little background, I actually created that just for the show. So
nice.
It was just a little something, part of what I do. That's one of the things that I do.
Part of what you do.
Yes.
And it's beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. So this is, anybody can get that, you know, they can just go right there.
Right.
Okay. Now, how can someone contact you if they're interested in using your service?
Well, I was hoping that I could because I have a 30-second promo that I
okay. They're going to show that. We're going to. Okay. The studio, they'll pick it up.
Yeah,
and they can just you know, start it anytime while we're talking. Okay. Because they're working on in the office there. Okay.
Well, they could, but it has sound to it too. So, you know,
okay. Okay.
.13.
Okay.
My mobile number, cell phone, is 302 563-0918. On the World Wide Web is www.imanibrothers.com. And then my email address is bkhart@imanibrothers.com.
Very good.
So
It's all there.
That's all. It's all there.
Okay.
Definitely.
Very good. Oh, well, we have you all keyed in.
Definitely.
Okay. Now, in my head, I always have a zillion questions, but I'm going to stay focused here on these questions. What advice can you give for young people who would like to pursue a career in this kind of business, which is what we've been talking about in the green room, as they say?
3 little words. Stay in school.
Okay.
Very first thing.
Absolutely.
First and foremost.
Absolutely.
The main thing is reading. The main thing for me is reading. Make sure that you learn how to read. Get a really good grasp of the English language. Make sure you do that. Because when people hear you talking, they can tell by the way you talk how interested you are in actually progressing. And if they hear progression in your voice, if they hear a very clear command of the English language, then you'll get very far. If you don't have that kind of a command, it's like, okay, this guy's talking like this, so we can't really take him seriously. But when they hear that you have command of the language, they feel, well, okay, this person has he's responsible enough to learn it. So maybe we'll take a chance on them.
Very good.
Exactly. That's
I've
always felt that way.
Yes.
It gets me kind of emotional because sometimes I hear children nowadays when they speak, and it kind of distresses me because I'm thinking, okay, well, didn't you learn any different? Didn't they teach you in school any different? Couldn't you get a better control of the language? But they're like, this is all they know, and that's sad because now they're going to grow up with that, and it's going to stick with them, and it's going to be a crutch. It's going to be a detriment to them. So my thing is, learn all you can learn in school. Stay in school. Make sure that you make learning fun. Find the fun in learning. I mean, I'm almost 50 years old, and I never get tired of learning these new things. Never. So make learning fun. Make sure that you get in there and make learning, actually get something out of it. And that's all that you.
Well, I'm being very quiet because that, diction, I guess, it's one of my pet peeves, and I'm still learning myself, of course. But when I'm talking to children, and I go through, while they're talking, I go through this whole thing in my whole being. And sometimes you have to be careful because you don't want to offend them. But then you want them to learn.
You want them to learn.
And if there's no correction at the time they're speaking it, and you let it go, then they won't learn that there is a better way.
There is.
So that's one of my pet peeves.
Mine too.
I have to be very calm at this moment, take a deep breath and exhale and let it go, because my faith is that they will learn and they will get better at it, because that is what school is for.
Right.
Okay, so I elementary school, or by the time they get in junior high, I'm thinking, oh my goodness, it's still the same way. And then they're going to have to graduate and go out and get a job or whatever.
And then that behavior continues along with them.
Right.
If it's the wrong behavior, then they have the wrong, they send the wrong signal. When they go to apply for a job, it's like, ooh, okay, the big red flags start going
Absolutely.
up. And they lose that chance.
Yes, and this is very critical in the for all children all over the world. I mean, our state, our community, our district, or whatever. And that's not saying we don't have good teachers, because we do have good teachers. But there's so much to help enhance everything in life. There's nothing you can't find a film on to help you with anything. Whether it's learning how to do your business well, how you have to present yourself to the public, to a child in elementary school, and how they stand up and read from a book.
That's right. It's good that you mentioned what I do. I want to make people understand that everything that I do, everything that I've learned to do, I taught myself how to do. Everything about the computers, everything about the programs and software, the hardware, I taught myself how to do it. But don't always rely on teaching yourself always take advantage of any opportunity you have to learn from an accredited source.
Absolutely.
Go to school, go to college, take those college courses.
Absolutely.
Take those little side courses if you want to, but do whatever you have to do to learn as much as you can,
Right.
because in the long run, it will definitely.
It's going to be the foundation of your life.
Of your life,
when
exactly.
you become an adult.
Exactly.
Yeah. Don't wait till you become an adult and don't have anything else to do.
To lean on, right?
Yeah. While you're in school, that's what school is. It's to grow you up, to develop you, to mature, to go out and walk in that world. That's a big world out there. And you have to know how, whether you do computer, which is kind of silent, you do that at home or whatever, but then you have to speak.
Right.
Wherever you go to sell your business, you have to present yourself. Absolutely.
And present your craft.
So it's all part of being a whole person.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
So this is really nice that you're helping the young children in our school district. When they see this, that they will get excited. That's why I wanted to finish the conversation about the children, because we want them to be excited about school and learning and reading and how to carry themselves and present themselves. So when they become an adult, they can take this business that they started in their house because they were interested from 10, 15 years old, and by the time they graduate, they can do what you're doing, have their own company.
They can have their own company.
Yeah.
They can do whatever they want to do. Whatever you want to do, you can do. There is no limit to what you can do.
Absolutely.
Never say I can't do it. Just say I haven't done it yet.
Yes.
That's all there is.
That's right. Let me try
Let me try it at least.
Yeah.
Because at first I couldn't do this, but it was just because I hadn't done it. The idea is now I've done it. Now I'm doing this. It's like
and Eunice Booker is so excited about this.
Oh my
well,
God.
I am too now.
I almost had to tie her down when I showed her this website, because when I finished with it, plus I got it done in such a short time.
Right.
When I showed her this, she was like, oh, she couldn't contain
and
herself.
It's just been what? You just
it's
did
like
it.
a few days, like maybe 3 or 4 days.
And you have almost all of our information of Title I on there already.
I mean, it has to be tweaked, of course. There are some things that have to be done, but I have it actually right here to to kind of give you a little idea what it looks like. The color scheme I came up with, the whole when I do a website, I'll use maybe 5 or 6 different programs to do this, to do a website, where other people would probably use 1 or 2. I use about 5 or 6, for creative reasons.
Okay, sure.
In this one, not only is it the color scheme is right, but it's actually secure. It can't the way that I did it, the code can't be hacked. It can't be copied.
Very good.
The graphics can't be taken. Any of this stuff, and that's another part of reading.
Okay.
The whole code thing.
Right.
Learning how to get around the code, so.
Okay.
It's
now, while we're talking about this, but did we really explain to our audience exactly what you have done here for the Title I?
It's the Title I, the Red Clay Consolidated School District Title I Parent Center. Now, I don't know all of the details about the program, but all the information that was given to me and all the information that you need about Title I is available on this website. You'll probably be able to get the link from the Red Clay School District website at some point. But right now we have the domain where you can you don't have to go to the Red Clay site to get to it. You just go to that address that we showed you before and pull it up. Actually, have a little bit of have the site set up right here so that people can actually see what it looks like when they go to see it.
Very good.
If you want to kind of go through it. Are we set up for that?
I'm not sure. We could try. Are we set up for it? Okay, you can go for it.
Okay, this is the main page.
Okay.
Okay, if we can show that main page.
There it goes.
Okay, this is the main page. This is what it looks like. That train at the bottom. I was just telling someone that Eunice had to have that train. She had to have that train. So that was part of.
I think that's the child in all of us,
I know that's
because we want our children to be excited when they see that train too.
Right. So we go to the next page. This is the main site. This is the main page. Right now it has a picture of Warner School. We were looking at trying to change that because I think she didn't want the Warner School there. I did it for a couple of internal reasons, but we'll figure that out later.
Sure.
This link, there's a link here that actually shows a video, the Title I video. When you click on it, you can actually, well, the way my computer's set up, the security might not allow it, but
Okay.
the first thing that I wanted to show people is Ted Blunt's picture.
Oh,
And
great.
he's the director.
Very good.
His picture is there, and a little write-up about him.
Oh, he'll love that.
Yeah, I think he'll like that.
Yes,
and
it's
then,
great.
The little button down
and the
at the
history is there about him.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
very
Now,
good.
the interesting thing about this, down at the bottom of this screen, there's a little button. That's a technology known as Java scripting. Okay, that's another whole aspect of web design.
New to me.
It's, it's just where the code actually tells the browser, okay, there's a button there.
Yes. Okay.
Then we've got one. There's a.
Very good. This is so great.
Get it up here. There's a parent involvement.
There we go.
Then there's the homeless program. It actually has links to it.
Oh,
now this is the one that you like because it actually. What we're going to do is we're actually going to have the Red Clay This Week TV show on the air. So this is the spot where you can see her face right there.
Yeah.
There we go. And then right there where it actually changes.
Yes.
You can see those different
segments
people,
of
right,
it.
different segments. Every month it's going to change. So those pictures are going to change.
Yes.
And the videos are going to change.
Absolutely. That's all of our guests.
Right.
It's just moving along.
Right. I mean, like I said, I could open it up now, but it would,
yes.
like it would go through a security
But at least they have an idea.
They have an
and
idea.
I wanted to make sure that they knew exactly what your profession is and that it's beautiful. That was excellent.
Like I said, I put that together in like 3 or 4 nights, and it was a fever pitch, but it finally got put together. And,
absolutely. It's
beautiful. Liked it and,
no wonder Eunice is so excited about it. It's really beautiful.
Right.
Well, we have 5 minutes left. Okay. Now, do you want to tell us anything else that you have on there that we would be interested in knowing our public that more that you have
on the site,
assigned to that's with that more.
Well, yes. One of the links on the website. One of the links actually takes you to a list of homeless coordinators. So when especially when you had the show once before with Joanne Miro, and you were talking about the homelessness.
Absolutely.
What we have on this site is a link that actually takes you to a list of the homeless coordinators in the Red Clay District.
Because there's in every school.
Exactly.
Yes.
Their names are there. Their numbers
Very
are there.
Good.
All of that.
Oh, wonderful.
There are links. There are actual direct links to the schools themselves. So, whatever, to their own websites. They have their own little websites. And there may be information on their websites as well. You can just click on the link on the contact page and get to that.
Okay.
The teachers, I guess they're the parent involvement. There's a link that goes to the list of teachers, of Title I teachers.
Oh, wonderful.
So that's on there as well with the numbers. All the numbers are there.
Very good.
It's a pretty well packed.
That's nice. That we need that. Yeah.
Definitely.
It makes it easy and simple for all the parents.
Exactly. And it draws direct attention to the Title I Parent Center, which is definitely, something that I think a lot of the parents have been really looking for.
Right.
I remember seeing a link on one of the older programs, and I actually typed it into the bar and didn't really get anywhere. So I was like, okay, well, this is definitely needed. So now you have your own web address, your own domain. I made sure I pulled out all the stops and bought the domain. The email address. I even got email addresses for Eunice and Ted and their and anyone that wants to be connected with it, if they wanted an email address connected with the site, all they have to do is call Imani Brothers now. Let them know.
Now this can Eunice also just continue to update like meetings and activities and things that are going to come in months to come.
The way that this site is set up, and the way that we had to do it, because of certain guidelines. What's going to happen is, in order to get that updated information, they would have to call Eunice Booker herself, and her number is on the website. So all you have to do is go to the website or email her, or you just click on a link and just send her email.
And send her an email.
And it would
and she will be the one that makes sure that
they get the updated information.
The updated would be in there. And then after that, everybody can get hold of it.
Well, yes.
Because I know it's a process and a procedure to get it in there. First of all,
well, I have to pretty much get it to the IT people, let them put it up there because some security issues and things, which is is understandable.
Okay. Well, this is really fabulous. and, and exciting. And it is like a new baby, you
It
know.
is.
So-
That's what you were saying earlier. I was
I
like, a
know.
baby. Okay. Okay.
Well, for us at Title One in
Right.
Unison is, you
Right.
know, it's so
Right.
exciting that she can, you know, venture out and do great things. That,
Right.
you know, Mr. Blanton administration allows us to do great things. And
I can't wait for them to actually get into it once it's all tweaked and done. You
Uh-huh.
know, once they get all the things tweaked out and all
Right.
those little changes made.
Right. Okay.
I can't wait to see what happens
Okay.
there.
Well, this has been so exciting.
It has.
It was just, it was worth it all to get up and
I
come
heard
out
that.
here
That's-
today.
that's it. That's it.
And that it's beautiful, it's wonderfully done. We're
Thank you very
excited
much.
about it. We thank you
Thank you
for the privilege to have you come on today,
Okay.
and that you have your heart is in this for us.
It
And I
is.
think that's what makes it,
It
you
is.
know, even nicer that your heart is really
Yes,
in it. And when
yes.
you think of new ideas to enhance everything,
Absolutely.
as you think about, you know, each time you know, put the background or the music, because we talked about
Yeah,
some
you talked
music
about
and
some
some of
music
the
that's going there
things.
too,
Yeah,
yes.
that's going to be
Oh, that's
interesting
gonna be
too.
nice. That's
To
gonna
have
be nice.
like not a theme, but it will be some music
It
in
will
there.
be a very fitting piece of music.
Yeah,
I will
and
say
everybody can
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 identify with
appreciate
it,
it,
yes.
and and identify it. Well, we have 1 minute.
that. 1 minute.
Now I'm going to leave you a half a minute to tell us anything else that you want to share about how to contact you, your business. We already have it on the screen.
Right, okay.
And anything else you want to share about your business that you want us to know, or how great it was to work on this project for us?
Well, it was indeed a privilege to work on this project. And again, this is what I do. I'm a website designer as well as a video production specialist. I do commercials, so anytime the Title One's going to do a commercial, they'll probably come to me to do that too.
Okay.
Which is going to be great. I'm going to love
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But this is what I do. You know, you got the numbers. My web address is www.imanibrothers.com. Just go
Okay.
there and you get any piece
Yeah.
of information you want. You know.
Okay.
And that's about
You're
it.
there.
I'm there.
You're here
I'm
for
there.
us. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
It's been wonderful. And remember that Eunice Booker is our parent coordinator in at Warner School, so you can always get a hold of her to get all this information. Thank you for watching today. I've had a good time, as you can tell. And thank you again.
Thank you.
And we will see you all next week with a great guest and another topic. Have a great day. We'll see you next week. Bye for now. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's great.
Incredible.
Oh,
Incredible.
my. Oh, I hope they didn't get that.